Guys, so this is my second video, and today we're going to talk about when I found out I had breast cancer at 25. Okay, so it started out as a lump. The lump became very painful, and it was just hurting so bad, and it was like weighing my breast down on my left side. So I went to the doctor and got it checked out or whatever. They did a mammogram, ultrasound, PET scan. Um, so I did the ultrasound and mammogram. First of all, I want to say that the mammogram is so painful. It's like this machine they take and they put it down on your breast. Like, it's so painful. So from there, like in October, first it started back in October um, of 2018. I did the mammogram. They was like, it was just a cyst. I first went to get it checked out December like 2017. It was about this, maybe smaller than this. It was maybe like this big then, but it was, painful still. So I was just brushed it off, didn't think anything of it. All my friends and family was like, you too young for breast cancer. So I kind of brushed it off. So by this time in August, it's painful. I mean, it was just so painful and it hurted so bad to where it was just like a throbbing, stinging. It was like stinging, and it was just like, I was like, okay, this is it. I gotta go. So I went to the doctor. They checked it out, did a mammogram, ultrasound, and they were like, oh no, you're too young still. And they were just like, it's they don't want to call it a cyst. They don't want to call it anything. They don't want to call it breast cancer. They just gonna do the test. I was just like, I'm cool with the test, but I just want it out. Like, I just want it out. So October 18th, um, I had surgery, and the surgery went well. I was very nervous, and like I was so out of it because I was going through so much stuff. Um, I had a car accident October 13th. Um, I had surgery on the 19th. I had all these appointments back to back. I mean, literally, I had so many appointments. Like, I had appointments after appointments after appointments, and trying to add in going to the chiropractor, and then trying to balance working and then losing my car. And then October October 19th, I had surgery. Okay, let's go back to the surgery. Um, October 19th, I had surgery. They took the the thing out of my breast, and they sent it to the labs for testing. October 23rd, I get a call back saying that it was breast cancer. And like at this point, I'm out of my mind. I'm like, wow, I'm so young. Like, how did I get this? Because it's not in my family nowhere. So they did the family gene testing, and it wasn't nowhere in my family. And then after the tests came back, they were like, okay, well, you're gonna have to start chemo. So they gave me like the timing that I would start chemo in like November. So I was like, okay. I was still furious, didn't really want to do chemo because I heard so many bad stories about chemo, and the hair coming out, and it's just how it makes you feel so weak. And it was just, it was just too much for me at my age, at my young age. So, um, I, me and my family, we had a family meeting and stuff, and basically we came to a conclusion on what I should do and what's best for me, and so I decided to take on the chemo because it's like I want to live. I'm 25. I haven't really lived my life yet. I'm just now living and stuff, and so I decided to take on the chemo. Start the chemo in November. At the time, my doctor was saying like, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get a mastectomy, and basically, the mastectomy is where they cut both of my breasts off, and I have to be flat chested. That like to kill me. That part that I was worrying about the most, and the crazy part, I wasn't really thinking about my health at the time. It was just like, I don't want to be flat chested. I don't want to, it's just so many things that's hitting me all at once. And it's like, no, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to be flat chested because this is something new. I wasn't ready for the life changes, and I wasn't ready for everything that I wasn't ready to accept it. Like, I just wasn't ready to just be like, yeah, I have breast cancer, and yeah, I'm like, hey, like I wasn't that. That wasn't me. So, I took on the chemo. I actually changed my doctors because my dad and my mom was like, you need to get a second opinion, and my grandma was like, get a second opinion. So I changed my doctors, and my doctor was like, um, everything was still the same. Like, yes, I have breast cancer, and they're gonna put me on the treatment, and I'm gonna be taking uh, these type of medicines, 3 medicines, and I had to take my first doctor was like, everything was hardcore. It was like, oh yeah, you need to get a mastectomy. You need to be on this kind of chemo medicine. You need this and you need that, and it was just everything that was just like, me. I'm going through this right now. Like, is this really life? So I was so furious, and I was just like, I was dead to the world. Like I wasn't myself. It was horrible. But anyways, I started chemo November 19th. Um, um, After I started chemo, the first time, my first go round, um, it was horrible. I got sick. At the time, I had a sew-in. I had my sew-in in. Um, and the medicine reacted to my body so bad that my white blood count cells went all the way down to 0. Like it was like 0 to 2. The normal white blood count cells is 62, 62 somewhere in that, and mine was a 2. I was so weak. I was so sick. Like, I couldn't do anything for myself. Like, I couldn't mind you, I'm still recovering from surgery. I'm still recovering from a bad accident that I had. So me dealing with all this, it's like I have my accident I'm dealing with. I'm hurt from my accident. I'm hurting from chemo. And chemo is horrible. It was really horrible, I'm telling you. The chemo was like tearing my white blood count cells apart. And I had the chemo. It was just horrible. Anyways, after a couple times on the chemo, the first one I was hospitalized for a week. I was in hospital. I wouldn't eat. I didn't eat for like 2 weeks. My sister and everybody was like, "You need to eat." Um, Sorry, y'all, you didn't know it's this my cat. She's laying on the laptop. But anyways, she my the chemo was reacting to my body so bad to where I didn't eat. I didn't want to drink any fluids. I was in the hospital for a week. I couldn't do anything. I was weak. They had me hooked up on all these machines. Um, after the I got my port. I have a port put in, um, which is on my right side right here. And the port is basically where it's how I get my medicine. Instead of getting an IV in my arm every time, I just got a port imported in, and it's actually um, it's actually they had to cut me. I had to get put to sleep to get this port put in. Anyways, the chemo was horrible, reacting to my body, and I didn't eat. I lost like 12 pounds. Um, my appetite and my taste buds, everything was off. Um, the second time, um, my second treatment, I had it was horrible. I got hospitalized maybe 2 or 3 times. I think it was 3 times. Um, I started to feel my hair coming out when I had the sewing in. Um, this is a wig. I'm going to show y'all my hair. This is my hair now. But I actually did cut all of my hair off, bald. It was one of my insecurities for a long time. My hair was like a big part of me. I love my hair, everything in me. It was very hard and difficult for me to cut my hair. I was very, very, very insecure. For a long time, I didn't wear my hair. I wore wigs. I wore hats when I go out in public. I always have a hat on, and when my hair finally started growing, I still wasn't comfortable. I'm just now getting a little comfortable to where I wear it out. I don't care what anybody thinks. For a while, I was just like, no, I'm ugly. And all my family and my friends was just like, you're beautiful with or without hair. And so I was kind of feeling okay from then. But for the most part, I was very insecure about having no hair. Wore hats everywhere, hats, summertime. And then when summertime came, I was telling my friends, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do in the summertime because I'm not wearing my hair like this. But I'm gonna add some pictures in here for y'all to see when I cut it, and so y'all can see the steps of how my hair is growing back and stuff like that. I use a specific type of oil that I put in my hair daily.
A lot of hair, girl.
I know. And there was more than that. I took out the sew-in yesterday, and it was, a whole lot came out.
Look at all that. Put your camera down there so you can see all that hair.
Whew. Also, I take like some vitamin pills and stuff for my hair. But anyways, back to when I was in the hospital. The second time I was hospitalized, I wasn't feeling well. It was like every time I did chemo, it was like I got sick. So the second time I got sick, and I had to be hospitalized, and it was just like this hospital thing is becoming a normal thing for me. It's like my second home. I was there all the time. I wasn't feeling well. I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm weak. I was so weak. Still didn't have that much of an appetite. My appetite would be in and out. Steady losing weight. My taste buds were so off, and they were like all over the place, and it was just like sometimes I was eating stuff that I didn't even never like to eat, and it was just weird. My taste buds was like, even the things that I love, like chocolate ice cream, pizza, and all that stuff, I was just like, So my sister was at the hospital with me second time go around, and I would literally eat and throw it right back up. Everything just come right back up, and it was a I didn't get any sleep in the hospital because the nurses and the doctors are like in and out, so you get no sleep because they want to make sure that you taking your medicines, and it was the worst. I hated it. I hated being hospitalized. It was horrible. It was really horrible. So the second time I was hospitalized, my white blood count cells were high, and at this point, they're too high. So it was like 62. Now they were like in the 60s, and it's supposed to be No, I'm sorry. I take it back. My white blood count cells were like in the, I think it was like, I think it was like in the was it, it was like in the 80s or something like that. It was high. My white blood count cells was really high. And so at that point they had to get them down. It was horrible. At that time they had to get the white blood count cells down. Like I said, the normals was 62, and I think mine was like, I think it was like 90. I think it was like almost, I think it was like 100 and something. It was really high. It was really high. And also, after that, I'm still dealing with being sick and stuff like that. I'm doing my chemo normally. You know, I have my people that come and sit with me doing chemo and stuff. And after the chemo, the sessions and stuff, it still wasn't adjusting to my body. The third time I got sick. After the third time I got sick, I think it was just, you know, a reaction. The medicine is just that chemo. I'm telling you, that chemo medicine, it takes a toll on your body. And I was so sick. I was so sick all the time. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to drink. I was very depressed. So after that, I'm dealing with this accident. So this doctor is telling me that I don't have to do a mastectomy, so I don't have to cut my breasts off. Actually now, my doctor now, she took me off of the chemo medicine, the one that makes me very, very sick and very, very weak. She took me off of that one because I actually had a PET scan back in February. I have one every 3 months, every 3 or something months like that. So I have one coming up July 30th. I'm going to let y'all know about that one. And she said that everything was, you know, clearing up okay. That the medicine that I was on that was making me very, very sick, she said that I didn't have to be on that one anymore. So she took that one away because she said that everything was clearing up okay. It did spread. I do have stage 4 breast cancer. And it spread it to my back. So anytime when it spread, they call it a stage 4. During chemo, I can't wear any nails, so that's why my nails is always plain. That was another life-changing thing that I had to adjust with because I'm used to getting my nails done and I'm used to feeling pretty and doing normal things that I normally do. I like to smoke the hookah. Can't smoke the hookah. I don't smoke anyways, but the hookah was the only thing that I did. But drink occasionally. I don't really drink much. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know, like, my story. I do enjoy hanging out with my family and my friends. That's the only time when I don't feel depressed or feel like I'm closed up. I did lose my job after, okay, so it was like this. October 13th, I got into a car accident. October 19th, I had the surgery. I had the mass removed from my breast. October 23rd, I found out it was breast cancer. November 1st, I lost my job. They fired me because of my condition. So I lost my insurance. I no longer had insurance. And going through what I'm going through, I really needed my insurance at the time. It's all good and well because I have a good support system to make sure I had my insurance up, back and running. So with that, I wasn't able, by me being sick, I wasn't able to work. So, I mean, I just enjoy my time hanging out with my family and my friends. The only time I don't feel depressed when I'm by myself. Sometimes I do feel, depressed, and I feel like, my life is really on hold. My life is really, really on hold. Like everything, I had went through the process of because with the medicine and stuff, they were saying that that it was a possibility that the medicine would probably harm my eggs for my fertilization, fertility, and stuff like that. So I had to go and see a doctor for that. It was very, very much a lot of weight putting on one person's back. But again, like I said, I have a very great support system. And actually, my doctor said that my eggs should be fine with the medicine that I am on. So that was a great news to hear from her. And I think everything else, I think this has been a good video for me to let y'all know up and close and personal, because I am a very, very private person. I don't really let a lot of people know about a lot of things that I have going on, but I did want to share my story and be open with you guys. And I'm gonna have a lot of more videos coming up. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you know when that next video is going to come out, because it's not going to always be about my health. But I am going to let you guys know on this journey that I'm on. I'm going to take you guys on the journey with me, but I did want to let you guys know so far, because I want to, show what's going on. So y'all don't just think, I'm just doing this or whatever. I'm not doing anything, but this is my story, and I fight for myself.